Hello, everyone. So for the video that we watched, the question that was posed to us was the counselor imposing her own values? And I believe that she was imposing her own values. The Code of Ethics says there's three big areas of the Code of Ethics that I think were violated or touched upon by the counselor in this scenario. The first one was A.1.A. The primary responsibility of counselors is to respect the dignity and promote the welfare of the client. When the client stated that she understood that it was likely illegal discrimination occurring, but she did not feel comfortable raising it as an issue, the counselor should have just stopped recommending legal discourse as an option at that point. To push the client for the client to pursue legal resolution to her situation would not have been in the client's best interest for both emotional and mental interests. And also later on, she kind of said that she was worried that she needed this job because of the impact financially. So trying to push the client to pursue legal recourse would not have been in the client's best welfare. Also, A-4, there's two subparts to that where it talks about where counselors are supposed to avoid harm and imposing our own personal values. So the harm piece I already kind of touched upon based on the number one tenet, and that it could have imposed harm if we were pushing, if she kept pushing the client to pursue legal courses of action because the client was not comfortable with that. It could have imposed harm both emotionally, mentally, and like we said before, possibly financially, and the well-being of her family because of the potential of losing her job. The other piece of that we won't impose our own personal values. So when the counselor kept bringing up the legality of the situation and the absence of the client wishing to pursue this, it is the counselor's values that are taking precedence in this situation. So she was definitely imposing her own values over that of her clients at that point. Now, the other area of the Code of Ethics that I thought was possibly kind of being uh, in violation of was C.2.A when it talks about boundaries of competence. Unless the counselor is an attorney, uh, she should not have been talking about the legal avenues or legal courses of action that the client should take in any way. So attempting to provide clients legal advice is definitely outside our scope of expertise as a counselor. So we shouldn't be doing that. Obviously, if a client discloses that they would like to take legal recourse, maybe it's in our purview to help them find a attorney or steer them towards finding an attorney to help understand what their legal courses of action they can take, but we shouldn't be giving that advice.
Well, it's happened to me again. Lost a promotion at my job.
I'm so sorry to hear this. Did your employer tell you why you didn't get the promotion?
I'm not sure, but I think it has racial undertones to it. I'm a woman and I'm black, and a lot of the sales managers there are white. So I'm beginning to feel like I'm being discriminated against. But I don't want to think that way at the same time.
Why don't you want to think that way in terms of that discrimination could be a part of you not receiving your promotion? Some other questions I would ask, depending on how the client would have answered that last question, would be uh, how does the loss of the promotion make you feel? I would also ask, how does the possibility of discrimination playing a role in the loss of this promotion make you feel? And then I may ask, what is affecting your feelings more, the loss of promotion or discrimination? And I would do that kind of to see which avenue we need to pursue more fit, do more discovery on or more discussion on. And then I'd ask her, what do you think your next steps would be at work? Trying to help her move forward and determining what she wants to do because this happened. A lot of the what ifs, there's a lot of what ifs as we continue down that road for as you talk to the client through this. But those are some key ones that popped in my mind of what I may be asking her. And then, of course, depending on what she says in their answers, it may stem more discussion based on what she's saying. Like in an instance where she said, uh, but I don't want to feel that way about being discriminated against. If she gives little tidbits of pieces like that, I might want to key in on those areas to really explore to get to her true feelings and why she wanted to bring this up in our session. Okay. Have a fabulous evening, everyone.